Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, don't forget your mom on Mother's Day. Eckers Flowers and Greenhouse is here with tips on floral arrangements, sure to please.
And Emily Save a Ride from Bartles Lutheran Retirement Community is here to talk about their Run for the Good Life event next week.
And will we finally see spring weather this next week? I'll let you know in your full forecast. You're watching Good Morning Waverly.
Happy Friday and Good Morning Waverly.
Good Morning Waverly, I'm Nicole Lyons.
And I'm Kelsey Bemis. We'll begin your show with a look at those temperatures you can expect this weekend, and hopefully we'll start to see some spring temperatures. Now across the state on Saturday in Des Moines, we'll see a high of 50 degrees there with a 60% chance of rain. Davenport, a little warmer, 60 degrees there, but a 70% chance of showers. Sioux City, a high of 49 with a low of 41. And in Cedar Rapids, we'll see a high of 58 degrees. Now chance for showers is 70% in both of those cities. Now Sunday, we'll see a high of 60 degrees with a low of 45 in Des Moines. The chance of rain going down to about 30% there. Davenport will see a high of 62, low of 48, 20% chance of showers there. Sioux City, a high of 60. Cedar Rapids, also a high of 60 degrees with chance for rain being 20% in both cities.
A Waverly woman is facing child endangerment charges after putting her 1-year-old daughter at risk. Cedar Falls police arrested 21-year-old Amanda Jo Erks after discovering a video of her 15-year-old brother setting himself on fire. In the video, Erks shows her daughter's crib, which was about 5 feet from the fire. Erks was released Monday on a pre-trial release. The child endangerment charge is considered an aggravated misdemeanor.
The Community Foundation of Northeast Iowa selected one local as its new president and CEO this week. Kay Englund of Waverly will replace Marianne Burke, who served as president and CEO for 20 years. The foundation works with nonprofit organizations to help raise funds for charity. Prior to the foundation, Englund worked at Lutheran Services in Iowa for nearly 11 years. She lives with her husband John and has 2 children.
The Waverly Hy-Vee recently received a $2,000 grant for Going Green. The business applied for a grant from the Iowa Grocery Industry Association through its Build with Bags program. Hy-Vee plans to use its money to purchase recycled plastic park benches for the local swimming pool. Waverly is one of the 15 recipients for the grants, and this year's winners received over $20,000 from the association.
A Waverly Vietnam veteran was finally laid to rest yesterday in Washington, D.C. Donald McGrain was buried in Arlington National Cemetery after the Navy recently discovered what was believed to be McGrain's remains at the crash site where he died in 1967. McGrain and his crew died during a rescue mission when an anti-aircraft fire hit their helicopter. McGrain was later awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for heroism. Governor Branstad has ordered that all flags be flown at half-mast in honor of McGrain. McGrain left behind a wife and 2 children who currently live in Waverly. Now, this story was definitely an amazing story so many years later that they would find, I guess, the rest of McGrain's remains, I believe the story said. And he was 26, I believe, at the time of the accident. Yeah. So kind of reassuring for that family to finally, have him put to rest.
All right. Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, while the weather may not show it, Waverly is ready to swing into spring. Learn what events are going on this weekend.
And we'll have your full spring forecast coming up next after the break. You're watching Good Morning Waverly. Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. The time is currently 7:06. And as you can see behind me here, we have yesterday's Skycam footage here on campus. We got snow on May 2nd, but as we head into the weekend, we can start to see those spring temperatures once again. Now, as we look at Saturday, we'll see a high there of 55 degrees, so not quite as high as we'd like, but it is going to start to warm up. Relative humidity of 68% there with a slight wind 11 miles per hour. Now, as we head into Saturday, we'll see a high there of 60 degrees, going to warm up, relative humidity of 77% with winds slowing down a bit, 8 miles per hour from the north with dew point of 46 degrees. And as we look at temperatures across the state on Saturday, we'll see a fairly big difference there. We have 50 degrees for the high in Des Moines with a chance of rain, 60% there. And as we head to Davenport, we'll see a high of 60 degrees with a low of 46. Sioux City, a high of 49 degrees with a low of 41. And Cedar Rapids, a high of 58 with a low of 46. And all three of those cities will be seeing a 70% chance of showers. And as we head into Sunday, the chance of rain will go down and temperatures will increase. We'll see a high of 60 degrees in Des Moines with a low of 45 degrees, about a 20% chance for showers there. Davenport will see a high of 62, Sioux City a high of 60, and Cedar Rapids a high of 60 as well, with slight chances of showers in all three of those cities. So as we look to our 5-day forecast, going to continue to rain on Monday, but with a high of 66 degrees. But Tuesday it will warm up and we'll see the sun come out with a high of 70 degrees there. Tuesday will continue to warm up with a high of 71 degrees, but we'll see that chance for showers once again. So we will see rain just a little longer, but we'll start to get into those nice temperatures.
Finally, some spring weather.
Finally.
And while it may not seem like spring in some parts of the state, the Waverly community is already preparing for some warm weather activities. Waverly will be hosting a Swing into Spring celebration on Saturday. This event will include Waverly merchants opening their doors to residents to see what deals they have for spring. There will also be savings and treats to enjoy.
Now, in addition to the spring swing, there will also be an art walk in Coleman Park. Here to talk about that now is Jenny Jones-Ruiz. Thanks for joining us, Jenny. Now, first, can you explain kind of what the art walk is?
Sure. The art walk is the 8th annual juried fine arts and crafts show that Waverly has, and basically we have like a lot of artists come. There's 43 this year, and they sell and display their artwork. You've probably seen signs around town that say Coleman Park, which is in fact not true where the event will be held. That's where we were hoping to have it, but with the snow on the ground, we probably will officially call it as going to our backup location, which is the Waverly Shell Rock High School gym.
All right.
So, and you said it is the 8th annual one. How did this art walk get its start?
Sure. I started the art walk actually as a junior in high school. I attended a week-long High School Leadership Institute camp here at Wartburg, and then we had to do a service project, so I decided to try to get an art show going in Waverly. My dad is an artist, and I grew up going to a lot of art shows around Iowa and other states, and so the fact that Waverly didn't really have a consistent art show, was something that I wanted to bring to the community, and since then I've just really enjoyed it and have continued volunteering, directing the show then for 8 years now. So.
And you mentioned you started it as a junior, so how has the planning kind of changed, and what kind of goes into planning the event?
Sure. Well, the first year, we started planning when I was, sort of my senior year of high school was when the planning got started, and then the first year was my senior year. So I attended Wartburg. I planned it all through college and post-graduation. I work full-time now, so same core committee that we have, just in a lot of great community support. We've got a few sponsors that have helped with certain things over the years, and so the more we do it, the easier it gets to plan, and so I think it's a really great event.
Right.
Yep.
And who will be some of the artists that will be showcasing?
There will be quite a few local artists here from Waverly, Waterloo, Cedar Falls area, and as far as other places in Iowa like Des Moines, Lake Mills. There's a few from out of state as well, Minnesota, Kansas. So there's a lot of returning artists, and we have quite a few new ones. We've usually averaged around 30 artists, and this year we have 43. So the show is definitely growing.
And what are some of the pieces that people will be seeing?
Yep, there's lots of, a lot of different kinds of art. You're going to find photography, paintings, fine jewelry, basketry, metal sculpture, you name it. There's probably something there for you. So,
all right, thank you very much for joining us, and that'll be in the high school gym. Is that correct?
That is the plan right now, but we will officially announce it probably today sometime.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. To see what artists will be in attendance and for more information, visit WaverlyArtWalk.com. Coming up after the break, Cindy Ecker from Eckers Flowers and Greenhouse will be here with tips on getting the perfect flowers for Mother's Day. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Now, as Mother's Day is approaching, it's time to start thinking about presents. One popular gift for mom is a seasonal flower arrangement or bouquet.
Cindy Ecker from Eckers Flowers and Greenhouse is here with us on advice for what mothers might enjoy. Thanks for joining us, Cindy.
Thank you. So would you like to explain kind of what goes in first to doing a floral arrangement?
Well, first of all, when you're doing a floral arrangement, you make sure that your vase is clean. And also that any of your cutting supplies, whether or not it be the pruners or the ribbon scissors, are always clean, because bacteria is the enemy of the longevity of flowers. So you always want to start clean with that.
Now, what kind of trouble have you seen kind of with these cold temperatures when it comes to your flowers?
Well, actually, you know, we are experts at protecting them in our greenhouses as well as in the shop, even in our shippers, that they will make sure that things are packaged properly, and that's what we do also. And you have to remember, fresh flowers, our refrigerators, we keep them at about 34 to 37 degrees. So, you know, cooler temperatures are actually not too bad for them.
And what can we do at home once a mother receives her flowers? What can she do at home to keep them lasting longer?
Well, change the water. When we send out flowers, there's always a packet of flower food that goes along with it. You want to go ahead and mix that correctly, and then just make sure you change the water. If you run out of the flower food, that's all right. Just clear, good tap water. And you can easily do it by just putting the flower arrangement on its side, dump the water, and then add fresh.
All right, now would you like to walk us through kind of this?
Well, yeah, you know, if you're arranging at home, the easiest thing to do is to start with your foliage, because that makes a place for your flowers to stand and hold. Otherwise, they will spin around in the vase, and it's very frustrating. So, see how that just holds that up?
And you're cutting them at a diagonal angle with the stems?
It really doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Nope,
Okay.
as long as your equipment is clean. We go through special processes when the flowers come in to make sure that they're hydrated and are taking water.
Okay.
So by the time you get them, you don't have to worry about that. Roses or Gerber daisies are the ones that will typically be the ones that may have the heads drop on them. And if that's the case, you just want to go ahead and recut the stem again underwater.
Okay.
So that forces fresh water up to the stem, put it in deep water, and watch it come back. It's kind of a nice little science experience.
And what sorts of flowers are the best for making an arrangement?
Any flower. Any flower is good. There are some that have a reputation for being longer lasting, like carnations and the daisies, pom-poms. But anymore, as I was saying before, we take such steps in making sure the flowers are well cared for, and today's science has made it so that they go through the extra steps, and also hybridizing flowers, that even roses, we'll have reports of them lasting 2 weeks or longer.
Okay. And with these, is there any certain way you're arranging them, or you just
No, I'm
kind
just
of the way you
putting them in
prefer?
there while I'm talking to you.
And
I might concentrate a little bit more while I'm in the shop.
And now, water temperature, does that?
Nope, doesn't make
Matter?
any difference.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to use too warm of water. The heat is, of course, is going to step up the deterioration. Okay. So cooler temperatures, same thing with your flowers at home. Don't put them like on a television set where it could radiate heat or some kind of situation like that, away from direct light and windows. Okay. But definitely put them out where everybody can see them and you can enjoy them.
And if you don't have one of those packets to keep them living longer, are there any home remedies?
You know what, we just suggest clean water.
Clean water?
Yep, we wouldn't really recommend adding, I know sometimes they'll say put a penny in there or add some sugar. Your best bet is just, if you're not using the flower food that is measured correctly, just fresh water is the best way.
Now, you have a lot of things here
Yes,
with you
I
today.
do.
Can you kind of walk us through really quick some of the things you
betcha.
offer for Mother's
Well,
Day?
you know, this time of year, I know it's taken a long time for spring to get here. This is a great time to send something beyond fresh flowers, even something that's going to last all summer long. And what I have here is what we call a garden box. Okay. And that's got geraniums, petunias, marigolds, snapdragons. We can mix them up. If you would call and say that you want something for your mom that she can put into her own pots at home, into her own garden, we'd ask if it was shady or sunny, and then we'd hand pick for you things that we grow ourselves in our own greenhouses.
Okay.
This is a hydrangea. It can be planted outside or enjoyed inside. We send along complete planting instructions, and it will come back from year to year.
Okay. And what deals do you have for Mother's Day?
Well, as far as deals go, I mean, there's, I don't think there's anything really, we try to offer something in all price ranges. So even somebody that only has $1.50 can get a beautiful, long-lasting carnation. But we have all varieties in all price ranges, and we specialize in the very freshest, long-lasting. So anywhere from $1.50 to $150. You can get a little balloon added on there, which is always fun and animated, and those are only $5. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And a reminder to everyone to make sure you check out Eckers Flowers and Greenhouse when shopping for your Mother's Day gift. Now, coming up after the break, lace up your shoes and get ready to run. We have more information on the Bartles Fun Run and Walk next week. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. Coming up next Saturday, May 11th, Bartles will be hosting their first ever Run for the Good Life 5K and 1 mile walk. The run will begin at 9:30 with the walk beginning at 9:45. Joining me now to discuss the event are Emily Saberide and Melanie Olchenbrunn. So thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Now first, can you explain what the Run for Life event is?
Absolutely. Well, it's the first time we've ever done it, but we really wanted to have an event that brought some new people to our campus, and so that we can promote the good life at Bartles. We say that folks, before they came to Bartles, they had a good life, but once they come, their life is still good due to all the different creative therapies and activities, things that we offer. And so all of the funds raised from this will go to support those activities.
Okay, and I saw that it is a price of, is it $18 per student? Now, what does that money benefit or go towards?
That'll all go towards all of those different activities. We have lots of different creative therapies, art therapy, pet therapy, music therapy, as well as our full-time chaplaincy program. Those are all the things that we say really enhance folks' lives, but the thing is that they're only guaranteed through donor dollars. So we really rely on folks to join with us and make those contributions to support those programs. So all of those dollars that we raise will go directly to all those programs.
Okay, and Melanie, you're with Tower Agency here on campus. Can you kind of explain the partnership and the planning process of this event?
Yeah, Emily asked us on back in October, I think, so all the way last fall. And we kind of helped do some different things with logo ideas, t-shirt designs, but we talked to some community businesses, but mainly it was trying to get student involvement, so sending some stuff out to different sports teams, getting volunteers for the event, posters, things like that, to try to get Wartburg students out there.
All right, and where will the event be taking place?
It'll start on the Bartles campus, so we'll start and end there actually. The 5K will go through kind of the northwest quadrant of Waverly, and the walk will actually be on our walking path around our campus. So kind of an opportunity to run or walk, kind of depending on your fitness level. I have ordered beautiful weather, as you mentioned, so I'm sure it will be great, and we're really looking forward to a great event.
Okay, and what kind of reaction have you seen just from students or from the community in general?
We're really excited. We've had great support from our business community as far as sponsorship goes. We're very thankful to Security State Bank for being our presenting sponsor. We've got just about 100 walkers and runners registered so far, so great response. Have been hearing a lot of good things, so we're excited to really showcase the event and kick it off and create a new tradition at Bartles.
Okay, and Melanie, have you seen response from students?
It's a little on the lower side for students. We did get some volunteers and stuff though for them, so that's exciting. No, I think because it's May term, people are excited to be outside and do something more physical, so it'll be good.
All right, and you mentioned you have volunteers. So if people don't want to do the run or walk, how can they kind of get involved?
They can contact me. We definitely still have some opportunities available to volunteer. We certainly appreciate all the Wartburg volunteers coming in, and I think it adds a different twist for folks. We really talk a lot about intergenerational programming at Bartles, and it's a great partnership between our residents and the Wartburg students. So very appreciative of their support and all the efforts that Melanie and her team have put in this year.
Okay, and can you tell us, Melanie, can you tell us how long you can register and where you can do that?
You can register up until the day morning of, and it's online. You print off the registration form and then you can bring it to Bartles, or the day of it would be on site right there on the Bartles campus. So.
All right, well thank you both so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Now to register to find out more information on the event, visit www.bartlescommunity.org. Coming up next on Good Morning Waverly, Iron Man 3 has recently hit theaters and tops our list of weekend movie picks. Stay tuned for more after the break. Everyone's favorite millionaire superhero is back for a third time today. Tony Stark again dons the Iron Man suit in order to fight a new and greater enemy. Using his smarts in super suit, Iron Man is sure to thrill. Robert Downey Jr. again takes on the action-packed role as Iron Man alongside Gwyneth Paltrow and Don Cheadle.
And it's not too late to catch 42 in theaters this weekend. 42 tells the story of Brooklyn Dodgers legend Jackie Robinson and his struggles with being the first black Major League Baseball player. Jackie Robinson is played by Chadwick Boseman, along with Harrison Ford playing Jackie's manager, Branch Rickey.
Now, I've personally seen 42, and it's a great movie. I mean, I'm not huge into sports, but I followed it as much as I needed to.
Yeah.
So have you seen either of those?
I haven't seen either one of them. I haven't seen any of the first two Iron Mans either, but it kind of does look good. I was watching it. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, it looks good, I guess. They're action-packed. I actually fell asleep in the second one in the theaters, so maybe this one will catch my attention.
Hopefully.
And if you're looking for something to watch over the weekend, Wartburg Television will be teaming up with KCRG TV 9 for a 1-hour special talk about bullying and how to stop it. Tune in Sunday night at 6 to KCRG Channel 9.2 for Bully, Stand Up and Speak, hosted by KCRG TV 9's Ashley Hinson and WTV's Danny Householder.
Coming up.
And as we look to our weekend, our Saturday weather, we should see warmer temperatures across the state. It should be fairly warm with temperatures in the 55 degrees, as we can see there, relative humidity of 68%, wind northeast 11 miles per hour. And Sunday we'll see a high of 60 degrees with a relative humidity of 77%, wind from the northeast 8 miles per hour, dew point of 46 degrees. And that's all the time we have for Good Morning Waverly today.
We'll be back next week with a brand new show. Have a good day, Waverly.